All right, we've been talking about building major triads, and we've talked about a couple of ways of figuring out how to do that. The first that comes to mind is selecting a key center or a major scale and constructing a major chord based on the root of that key or scale. If we take C major, all we have to do is select scale tones 1, 3, and 5. And we've got our major triad. That's easy enough. Another way of doing it that was discussed was to look at it intervallically. The advantage in being able to do this is that you can start anywhere on the keyboard regardless of what key you're in, and you can still construct a major triad. So let's select a different key. Let's select A flat. And we first play our root tone, which is an A flat. Then we count up 4 half steps in order to get our major third. And that happens to be a C. And then we want to construct a perfect fifth from the root. So if you don't already know that E flat is a perfect fifth away from A flat, you could count up 7 half steps, and that would give you the same thing. So here's our A flat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And sure enough, it's an E flat. So those 2 notes plus the C in the middle, and we've got our major triad. Okay, that was another way of doing it. One way to simplify it for me is to think of it in terms of a root tone with a major third and then a minor third stacked on top of that. So let's go to another key. Let's go to the key of G, and let's use that as our root tone. Let's figure out our major third, 1, 2, 3, 4. And now let's go a minor third above the major third. So up another 3 half steps. 1, 2, 3. Same thing. So what we've learned is that a major third plus a minor third equals a perfect fifth. And that also equals a major chord. If we take the converse of that, it's also true. If we want to construct a minor chord, we start off with a minor third above the root and then stack a major third on top of that. It still works out to be a perfect fifth, the distance from the bottom to the top, only this time it's a minor triad instead of a major triad. There's one other method that I want to mention because it's important, and that is the tactile sense of feeling what a major chord is to play on any given instrument. For me it's the piano, but if I pick out a major chord to play, my fingers kind of know right where to go because I've done it so many times. But the more you do it, the better you get at it, and at the same time you develop your ear to be able to hear a major tonality. And that's important because your ear is going to be, in many cases, the final arbiter of whether or not you're right or wrong. Your ear tells you, whoops, it needs to change, or that's not right, this is right. You need to be able to hear those things for yourself. It's your ear that tells you that. When you're busy playing, you don't have time to think about every little thing you're doing. You certainly don't have time to count half steps. When you're writing out an exam for theory, you might be able to do that. But in the grand scheme of things, we need to be able to look at triads in all the different ways and to be able to see them from different angles, because the more that you can do that, the more solid you know this material.